Welcome back, everybody, to Tales of Eternia, the game that is not Tales of Destiny 2. We are here in Celsius's Ice Mountain, and we're gonna tackle this epic dungeon today. I guess it's not really all that epic, but yeah, it's cold. And at the top, we are going to fight Celsius. So I'm really excited about that. Finally, we'll get her as a summon. One of the cooler summons in this game. She's also got some really good combination skills. So what kind of enemies are we facing here? Easy peasy enemies. Although they can cause freezing, so you have to be a little careful if your characters get froze, or just equip a freeze check. But I want to thank everybody for joining me again. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. And sit back and enjoy the video as we are going to have some fun. I'm excited. I've always liked this place and Celsius. She has that cold personality.
こう寒いと寝ることすらできないな。
寒い寒いって考えてると余計寒くなっちゃうんだよね。気を紛らわせてみよっか。はい、ダジャレでポン。
マジかよ。俺ダジャレなんて。布団が
吹っ飛んだ。はい、次リット。
じゃあ猫が寝転んだ。ほい次キール。僕キールが木をキール。
I had to leave that one in there. So in that scene there, I really don't know how it's translated, but they're playing a Japanese game just for fun. Farah was saying that, you know, it's so cold, and just talking about things that are cold, you know, make you feel more cold. And so they're playing a little pun game. It's a little Japanese word game with, you know, puns. And when they got to Keel's was terrible. And so they said samui, which is a Japanese expression for, you know, that's cold. But, you know, it has a different meaning. Oh, I meant to do that. I meant to fall down there, that's right, so I could get the lens. But yeah, when they say samui, it's like his pun was actually terrible, is what it means. It also means cold, of course. But in this context, it means it was terrible. So you can melt these ice things, and when you do, sometimes a zombie-looking thing comes out, and you get to fight these big guys. Who are pretty funny. I like their eyes when they're getting injured. These cutesy, abominable snowmen. And I'm still using Farah, by the way, in fights, if people were wondering. Farah is just such an awesome character to use. Most people stay with Rid for the entire game, but it's definitely worthwhile to try some of the other characters out. And I will be showing Chat also, as well as Fog. Both of them are quite cool. No pun intended for the purposes of this video in this dungeon. If we go up here, we find this strange looking box with Melnik's Go written on it. And it's some abura, which is a kind of oil, burning oil. So we're going to take it with us, because why not? Burning oil sounds like something we'll need. in the cold ice. But yeah, if you melt those crystal things or ice formations, sometimes a zombie will come out. And here we went ahead and used the burning oil to melt this crystal, I guess, and make it fall over and make a bridge. Why is there a zombie hiding under the snow? I don't know. Oh yeah, instant kill. Ifrit is a really good summon to use here, and especially during the fight with Celsius. Hey, an all divide, quite useful. So, pretty short dungeon. Let me go ahead and get set up here for the fight. Okay, I think we're ready. We're gonna face Celsius, the Ice Queen. And she seems to be kind of zoned out, just chanting some Melniks to herself. So of course, maybe Ifrit can come out here and help out. And he's not sure what the song is that she's singing or chanting. Ask you, are you the ice element, whatever? She freaks out. Doesn't want him to get any closer, because she is his weakness, pretty much. And just starts attacking Ifrit. Poor guy. Here we go! Celsius isn't too difficult. She has a lot of hand-to-hand combat skills, like Farah. And so, as long as you just keep her stunned, as usual, and keep up the pressure, it won't be too big of a deal. Got myself iced there. You can use a panacea bottle. There we go. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Quick key finished her off there at the end, it looked like. Good job, Quick key. So yeah, now Ifrit is really worried about her. It's like, hey, what's wrong? Stand up. And of course, a gnome pops up and says, Ifrit, it's, your fault at the moment because, she is weak against, heat and fire. So with him being nearby, it's actually hurting her. So he's like, Sonna. And he shrinks a little. Poor guy. I think he's actually kind of interested in Celsius. But since he's the opposite, fire and ice, they can't really be close. So now Celsius has finally come to her senses. She's kind of confused about what's been going on, what she's been doing up to this point, and suddenly she realized something terrible happening to the village people because the ice has just been going out of control. And apparently the Grand Fall is affecting them very negatively. The oncoming Grand Fall that we've mentioned, with the two planets colliding with each other, and that's somehow negatively affecting the elemental spirits. So she was kind of zoned out there. But now we've got her back to our senses, and she gives us the freeze ring. Unlike other Tales games, we now have a freeze ring and the other ring. The summoner's ring, whatever you want to call it. Sorcerer's ring, that's what it is. It sort of escaped me there for a moment. The Sorcerer's Ring is what I meant to say. So you've got two rings now in this game, which is kind of cool. The Sorcerer's Ring and the Freeze Ring. One kind of does a fire elemental attack, and one does ice instead. Okay, hold on while I walk down the mountain again. And just like that, I am back on the world map. You guys didn't have to suffer watching me climb down the mountain and fighting all those abominable snowmen. So now that Celsius is under control, the town is back to normal. So if you remember in the previous episode, it was really covered with snow and the docks were all frozen. So now our ship, the Van Eltia, should be free from the ice, which is good news for us. Gaston comes out and really appreciates all the work we did. Farah does the traditional bow there because he helped us get the winter outfits so we could climb the mountain in the first place. And he wants to talk to us for a bit over dinner. So Rid is very happy about that. Anything involving food, Rid is totally up for it. So I kind of left this scene in, fairly important to the story. Rid, of course, is wondering where the food is. Gaston says, first, we need to talk. I have something I want you to do. Rid's like, you tricked us. Like, no. It's like, I want you to join the Sherushika revolution. So they kind of have a rebel group here against Bariru. As you know, we're also against Bariru, and we're trying to find the way to Bariru's castle because he's the one that's bringing on the Grand Fall. Currently in the story, the main villain that we're kind of after. So we know all about Bariru. So Gaston is happy about that. And he wants us to join this kind of rebel organization that they have that is against Bariru and help them, fight against Bariru. He's surprised that they're all Inferians, and he didn't realize that Medadi is the only Celestian there. But the Xiaoshika group, the leader is Fog, and he wants us to go meet Fog and talk to him, and maybe we can help each other out in taking Bariru down. And yes, his real name is Fog. He was renamed in the English version to Max, which is pretty stupid. I mean, Max is a dog's name.
What's the dog's name?
So why would you name a cool character after a dog? I don't know. But his name is Fog. His correct name. So we're going to go to Tinsia next. That's where he wants us to go. And so he's going to give us the Miyakis badge here. I told you Miyakis were going to be important, but the Miyakis is kind of the symbol of their rebel group. And with the badge, we can, flash it and show that we're also a, legit supporter. And now he's going to bring in the food, which, definitely makes Rid happy, because that's really all he came for, was the food. So that night, after we've eaten, we have Medadi's Erara suddenly glowing. So she's heading out. Farah's wondering what's up. She sees it too. Remember, the Celestians all have the Erara in their forehead, kind of a gem. So she's saying, somebody from Ayman, her home village, is in great distress. Somebody's calling for help. She doesn't know, but she can tell that there's, feelings of pain, fear, agony. So something really bad is going on. So she's got to hurry back to Ayman. And she says, later I'll join you in Tinsia, in searching for Captain Fog. But Farah's a little upset with her, saying, why do you think you're going to do that on your own? It's like you should start learning to trust in your friends. We're going to go with you. So suddenly we have a change of plans here. Gaston is a little upset, but we're going to go to Tinsia, after. And first we're going to do a stop at Ayman, Medadi's hometown, when we first arrived in Celestia, if you remember. And he tells us that's okay, just keep the badge. And he finally gives us a map of Celestia. So that's really going to be helpful. Finally. And he says, hurry to Tinsia, get there as quick as you can. Medadi thanks Keel. Keel actually has a soft side, Rid notices. Soft side for Medadi, of course. Okay, so we are heading back to Ayman now, because something bad is going on. Something very, very bad, Mr. Garrison. Grab us a lens from the lobster. Say hello to the Miyakis that's playing with the flopping fish. So let's take a look at the map here real quick. So this is what Celestia looks like. And we're headed just north to Imen. You can see we're marked there on the map. We're at the edge there of the ice area, and we're just going to go straight north pretty much. There's this mysterious painter here, Distia, who's painting the ocean. She'll be important later in the story. As you can see, all the ice is gone, so we can board our ship and we can finally enjoy sailing around the world with this epic music. So good. Hey, chat. I mean, Captain. We need to hurry to Imen. She seems to be drooling over her engine there. Yeah, I could jam to this tune all day. Alright, so now we're in control, and we can use the ship at any time. I went ahead and did some preparing of my characters in the ship, and you can pretty much get out anywhere you want. So we have free exploration of the entire world, but first we're gonna stop off here at Imen, and yeah, that's bad. Everything is destroyed. Medity's worried about everybody, so she runs off. At least Quickey's with her. It's always good to know. So yeah, the village was definitely attacked. So this was one of the people that Keel was close to. You know, they were actually planning on building something together. But sadly he died. So that sucks. Especially since Keel made close friends with him. His first Celestian friend. Yeah, all these cool houses are destroyed and there's pretty much nobody left alive. So here's Medity's house. So at least Medity's not here, and Keel was a little worried there. Yeah, that sucks too, because Medity had a pretty cool house. So there's Rotte. Remember, he's one of the twins. Meredy no Oji-sama. So Meredy's prince is here. Yokatta, Rotti hitori janai. I'm not alone. He's wondering about Bonds, which is kind of his brother. But Keel doesn't see him anywhere. But Farah just says he's okay, he's perfectly fine. So Rotte is grateful. And that's the end. So there's kind of another person that was friends with Keel running the that water machine there. In the shop, we've got the shop people that came out to greet us when we first arrived. They're also dead. So yeah, this is one of those dark parts of the game. So here we are in the library. There's Sagura-san, the other elderly gentleman in the shop. There's Rotte's brother. And Meredy. So there is Hyades. If you remember, this is the guy that attacked Meredy in the very first episode. When we started this game, he broke down the door, or the wall, of the Elder's house and came in and attacked Meredy. Well, here he is again to attack Meredy. Oh, shivers. So, Rid figures it's all his fault. He killed everybody. So, no mercy. This guy's days are so numbered. Just not gonna let up on this guy. He deserves straight up to be tortured to death. Such an a-hole. Of course, Keel doesn't know who he was, so Rid introduces Hyadis, tells Keel that he originally attacked Medity, back in their village. Remember, at the very beginning of the game, Keel wasn't there. So Keel's upset with Medity because she ran off, and she doesn't know, why she's under attack by him, whatever. He's being a little insensitive, so Farah butts in there, since, Medity's kind of traumatized at the moment. I mean, all of her friends have been murdered, and her village is completely destroyed. But I think Keel was just super worried about her, of course. But Medity says, originally, Hyadis, was friendly and taught her things when she was a child. But it's got to be something with Bariru. So Sagura's sad because he's worried about the other two shop, workers that work with him. Bonds here asks about Rotte, which we saw get killed just a little while ago there. It's kind of cool, if you notice during that fight with Hyadis, you can see the destroyed bookshelves and stuff in the background during that fight. Usually you're not paying attention, but it's a really nice backdrop for that boss fight. I'm gonna go ahead and read a couple of these books. Probably should have done it before, but... So yeah, this sucks. Everything's destroyed. And a lot of the cool people are dead. At least the friendly people. So he put his friends in some caskets there. And then he's got to break the news about Rotte, who's also dead. He's kind of blaming himself, if only he was stronger. And Farah says it's not Sagura's, fault. It's all Bariru's fault. And Hyadis, who came here and attacked everybody. So yeah, pretty tough scene, a pretty tough turn in the story. Once again there, he has to tell him that Rotte is gone. And shivers every time I hear that. Rid is just pissed off. Yurusene. Unforgivable. Way better in the Japanese version. Just sends shivers down my spine every time. You do not want to get on Rid's bad side. So they're gonna stay behind and kind of try to rebuild the town, and we're gonna head to Tinsia to meet Fog. So kind of a depressing end to this episode, but I want to thank you all for watching. In the next one, we'll go to Tinsia and pick up Fog and continue on our story. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next gaming video. じゃあ皆さん、またね。